Hey, we're about to take one of these nice nature walks today. You know, just get all of this good energy that's going on out here and these good downloads that are happening right now. You know, I want to talk about something specific today. I want to talk about the resistance that will happen to you right before just something life-changing happens for you. And of course, you are going to experience the signs also. But the resistance, it's like you're being tested from the universe for one. And also the resistance is also coming from within you. Okay, you know, your mind is meant to keep you safe. It's meant to keep everything predictable. It's meant to keep everything familiar. So when that gets threatened, when your mind feels like it has to do something different, you know, all of a sudden you'll start getting all of this resistance. You know, everything will start feeling harder all of a sudden. Things that were just so easy for you to do, you used to do it effortlessly. Now it just feels very, very hard to do it. Either you're tired, or either certain things start coming up and you just can't get things done as fast as you usually would want to get it done. You know, that will be one of the things that I will call resistance. Okay. And then it's like you will get tired of chasing the same thing because you don't feel like you're getting any kind of results. Okay. It's like things aren't happening at the speed that you want it to happen. So you'll just feel like just giving up. You'll feel like, you know what, I'm not going to chase this anymore. You know, I'm just going to I'm going to chill, but I'm going to do something else. You know, you'll start changing your mind. You'll start wanting to do other things. Okay. Those are forms of resistance. Now, you're also going to have days where your confidence drops to a whole nother level. Okay. You know, there were days where you woke up and you're like, man, I know it's about to happen. I know it's going to happen, you know, and then all of a sudden you'll wake up another day and everything, you're like, man, is it ever going to happen? Am I just fooling myself? You know, your confidence level will drop to a whole nother level the closer you get. Okay. I'm telling you, it's like right now you're at the finish line. You're right there. Everything's about to happen. You just have to continue to believe. You have to continue to move forward right now. It's very, very, very important. Okay. Now let's talk about repeating numbers that appear. All right. These are one of the things that will appear right before your life changes. Okay. And you know, there are going to be a lot of people that tell you, oh man, repeating numbers, they don't mean anything. You know, that's because they're not aware of them. That's because they're not manifesting something big right now. And the reason why you notice them is because your awareness is expanded to a whole nother level and you have woken up. Okay. You're a chosen one. All right. So repeating numbers will start to appear around your desires. You have to understand this. When you're thinking about something about, let's just say, wealth, when you're thinking about abundance, you start seeing repeating numbers like 888 and 777s and 1111s and things like that. Right. So that is the universe confirming to you that your life is about to change. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about resistance. Okay. Because this is one of the big things that happens to a lot of us. Okay. It happens to me. All right. There are going to be times where you just feel like quitting, even though you don't want to quit. You just have this feeling of quitting or just taking a break. You know, you're like, man, I'm just going to just chill for a minute. I'm going to just take some time off for a little while. And that can happen to anybody. That has happened to me. All right. Especially when it comes to my music. I have literally taken some time off of my music, which I'm not happy about, but I have started to get back on it. Okay. That's resistance, you know, because things aren't moving at the pace that you want them to move. You're not getting the results that you want to get. So you will go through a period where you just feel like giving up. You just feel like saying, you know what? Forget that right now. Okay. It's very important, you know, and I'm talking to myself. I'm not just talking to you. You know, we have to keep going. We have to keep striving, even if things aren't happening the way that we want it to happen. But everything is happening in the divine timing and the divine orchestration. As long as we continue to take inspired action, man, the results will happen. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about some more resistance. Okay. Your old fears. Okay. Your old fears will try to creep back. Okay. And this can be fears about money, you know, scarcity, you know, things like that. Fears of just, you know, everything can go wrong. This might not work, you know, fears of just losing or being behind, you know, everybody, you know, passing you up. Okay. The old fears will creep in. I mean, heavy. Okay. They will creep in heavy. All right. So you have to recognize this. When those old fears try to creep in, that is another form of resistance. Okay. And a lot of people, they fall victim to this. They fall victim to the resistance, and it will result in them giving up, result in their confidence going to a low level, or just them not believing in themselves. Okay, that resistance is very, very powerful. Okay, so you definitely have to get past that resistance. All right, here's a small little, I got to get past this little ditch road right here. I got to walk to the side, I would think. So I don't want to, I got to walk sideways to get past here. So let's talk a little bit about deja vu, okay? Deja vu is one of those things that will start happening very, very frequently the closer you get to just collapsing your wealth timeline, all right? And it's that moment where you're like, wait a minute, I've done this before, I've seen this before. It could be a smell, it can be just hearing a conversation, it can be just a feeling of being in a certain place, just going around somewhere. All of a sudden, you just have this overwhelming feeling, okay? And not only will the deja vu start happening just more frequently, it's going to get a lot stronger. Okay, you're going to go through periods of time of deja vu, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just like, what is going on? Like, I just, you feel like you have to do something. You feel like, like there's something that you just have to accomplish right there in that moment with that deja vu. That's what I mean. It's going to start happening so much the closer you get to just something that's life-changing for you, okay? Now, let's talk about the voice of doubt. This is one of those things that is just so powerful when you just constantly doubt your journey, when you constantly doubt your manifestation. And a lot of the times that voice of doubt either came from someone else or it's just programming from this matrix, okay? When you have that voice of doubt is telling you, oh, that's going to take too long. Oh, you have to have this kind of training to get this done, or it's not going to work because you're not this, you're not that, okay? That voice of doubt is going to try to creep in the closer you get. I'm talking about you're right there, okay? And that's the reason why you're going through this resistance right now. That's the reason why you're hearing that voice of doubt. That's the reason why you have disbelief right now, okay? You're just starting to doubt your journey right now. That is resistance, okay? You have to overcome this resistance right now because you are very, very close to everything just finally happening in your life, okay? You just have to pass these final tests that's going on, okay? Because you're being tested to see if you can first receive the big blessing that's about to happen. Not only that, protect it and maintain it, all right? Because a lot of the times, something can come into your life that's life-changing, and it can either destroy you, it can destroy the people around you, all right? So right now, it's like you're just being tested at the same time you're being prepared for this right now, okay? Now, let's talk about some more resistance, all right? The closer you get to something that's life-changing, setbacks, they start happening back to back to back. And you're just looking up like, why me? Why this? Why now? You try to save some money, all of a sudden something happens and you have to spend it. You get ahead, all of a sudden you've got to take 2 steps back. Those kind of setbacks, all right? Something can happen with your job, or something can happen just in your life particularly, all right? And it just feels like it just keeps happening back to back, okay? This is also like just one of those things that happens. This is the universe testing you to see if you're going to continue to believe, if you're going to continue to move forward, all right? Because a lot of the times when people reach the roadblock, they reach the obstacle, they don't want to go past the obstacle. They don't want to just say, you know what, I'm just using this as an example. They don't want to just go underneath, get past and find another way. Let's get past, let's keep going no matter what. No matter how hard the struggle is, we're going to keep going no matter what, even if we don't see any results. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people, they just give up right when everything was about to manifest, all right? Now, let's talk about some more resistance, and that's going to be suddenly needing proof, okay? All of a sudden, you need to see things working. All of a sudden, you want to know if everything is working right. You want to know, okay? And a lot of the times when it comes, well, I'm not going to say a lot of the times, when it comes to a big blessing, okay, it's working even if you can't see it, okay? It is growing beneath the surface. You understand? So you're not going to be able to plant something and keep checking it every day to see if if it's growing, okay? You're going to destroy it, all right? So anything that you put out there in the universe, any seed that you have planted, it is growing no matter what, okay? So just suddenly needing proof is one of those things that is resistance, all right? I'm gonna go back this way because it was a complete dead end right there. So that is one of the things that will happen. Now, let's talk about more about your dreams, okay? Let's talk about dreams in this video a little bit, because dreams are so powerful, and they are also revealing things that will start to happen in your life. I'm talking about, it's like they're a preview, okay? It's like your dreams are going to start to feel real. All right, you're going to go into your dreams. You're going to dream at night, and when you wake up, you're not even going to really know where you're at, okay? You're going to still feel like you're in that place, that luxurious place, wherever you were, okay? I don't know where you were. Maybe you were flying in your dream. Maybe you were just walking through your new home, or whatever it is, counting money, okay? Your dreams are revealing to you symbolically that something major is about to change in your life, okay? So, and also when you dream, let's just say you dream about wealth, you dream about keys, okay? Those are some very powerful signs of what is about to happen in your life, okay? I don't feel like dreams is just something that they tell us about the subconscious mind and all that. I feel when you dream, you are actually living another version of yourself, that or just giving a preview of something that's about to happen in your life, because you have different types of dreams, right? So if you're dreaming about wealth, that's a preview that wealth is about to happen in your life. If you're dreaming about just being somewhere you've never been before, you're dreaming another version of yourself in another parallel universe or something like that, right? So it's just, dreams are so powerful. They have us so disconnected from dreams right now. All right, now let's talk about a feeling. Okay, you have been having a feeling also that you have been being guided, haven't you? You've been having a feeling like something's about to happen, and you feel like everything that you do right now is actually like it's divine orchestration. Now, I know I can look back at some things that happened in my past and know that I was guided to do certain things. You know, I remember one time when and I've told this story in my video before, but I'm gonna tell it again. I remember one time I was visiting my friend. They had just moved in this neighborhood over on the northwest side of Chicago, and you know, it was some girls over there, and I was like, you know, hey, where can I go get some pot from? You know, they was like, man, go down the alley, go down the, you know, make a left at the alley. So I wanted to hurry up and get back to the girls and everything. So I'm running to go get it. I'm running. All of a sudden, I'll get to the end of the alley, and I see these guys in the garage, in a vacant garage, and they had this poor little cat hanging by its neck, you know, with a rope, and they had this cardboard burning underneath the cat's ass, you know, and I didn't care about anything else. My motion of running, at the same time, I ran right in the garage, smacked the cardboard right out the dude's hand, and you know what I'm saying? And I noticed it wasn't the other guys doing it, they was just watching. It was just this one guy that was doing it. And I was finished, and I took the cat, I lifted the cat up, I took the rope from it on you know, the cat's neck and everything, and I laid the cat down gently, and I'm just cussing him out like, man, y'all focus on blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? So then you know, all of a sudden the cat, as I was leaving, the cat got up and ran away, you know what I'm saying? But I realized that I wasn't actually running to hurry up to go get the pot or the weed, you know what I'm saying? The universe had me running and hurrying up to go save that cat at that moment, you know? See, it's like and I know you've gone through moments in your life where you know you have been guided, can't you? You know this, right? So if you don't mind, share a story with me in the comment section about a time when you just knew you were guided to do something. You know, a lot of the times we are being guided, like right now, every single day, we're being guided to do something. We may not understand it at the moment, but when you look at it later on, you'll look back and say, I was guided to do that. So I really truly feel whatever you are, whatever your desires are, whatever you're desiring to do right now, and you stay focused on this every day, you are being guided to do this right now. You're being guided to become wealthy, or to manifest your desires right now. That's the reason why you're doing this right now in this present moment. Okay, it's bigger than us. It's big. It's divine design. All right. Now I just wanted to you know, just make this video and do this quick little nature walk today. You know, and I got to walk all the way back to where I was, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm going to continue to enjoy this energy, this frequency, and this vibration. Okay. Now, thank you so much for taking this walk with me. I truly, truly appreciate you. You know, I really, really am thankful for you just watching these videos and everything like that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning into Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design, but you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video and hype this video up when you get a chance. Until the next video, Millionaire Mindset signing off.